Good morning. I'm going to read 1 Timothy chapter 3. This is verses 1 through 7. It says, "This is a trustworthy saying. If someone aspires to be a church leader, he desires an honorable position. So a church leader must be a man whose life is above reproach. He must be faithful to his wife. He must exercise self-control, live wisely, have a good reputation. He must enjoy having guests in his home. He must be able to teach. Must not be a heavy drinker or be violent. Must be gentle, not quarrelsome, and not love money. He must manage his own family well, having children who respect and obey him. For if a man cannot manage his own household, how can he take care of God's church? A church leader must not be a new believer, because he might become proud and the devil would cause him to fall. Also, people outside the church must speak well of him so that he will not be disgraced and fall into the devil's trap." Now, I suppose that it's likely that most people read this passage from the opposite viewpoint than I do. 1 Timothy chapter 3 lists the qualifications for both ministers and deacons. The only two church positions that have specific biblical guidelines attached to them. Verses 1 through 7 refer to ministers, and 8 through 13 refer to deacons. While we all should have high standards for any church leadership position, pastors and deacons are singled out in Scripture. When those who aren't pastors read this, they likely think of someone else. When a pastor reads this, it's more likely to become a moment of self-reflection. When I read this, I think, am I living above reproach? Is my body and my heart faithful to my wife? Am I self-controlled? Do I live wisely? Do I have a good reputation? Entertain guests? Disciple others? Am I gentle, not argumentative? Greedy? Manage my own household well? Children respect me? What do those outside the church say about me? See, all those things are listed in these verses. And they're moments for me to stop and think. Reflect on those things. In other words, I chose this passage today, not so much for you, but for me. God knew that I needed to examine myself and have a spiritual checkup this morning. Pray with me. Lord, pray that for all of us, you would help us to have those moments of self-reflection and examination where we see where we are in our relationship with you. And Lord, if there are changes that need to be made, if there are things that I need to do differently or anyone else does, Lord, help us through the power of your Spirit to change. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, friends, you have a great day.